Welcome back. More earnings ahead, and we're looking at Files, Freelance, and Fish. You'll see in today's earnings exchange. We've got the action, the story, and the trade on Dropbox, ZipRecruiter, and Sphere Entertainment. And here with our trades is Lee Munson. He's Portfolio Wealth Advisors President and CIO. Good to see you, Lee.
You too.
Let's start off with Dropbox. Its shares haven't recovered from that post-earnings plunge back in February. They're down 20% this year. Investors are watching enterprise demand for AI and new products to see if they can meet that lowered Q1 revenue guidance. Would you buy the stock here?
I want to wait till after earnings, and I'll tell you what the problem is. They lost 50,000 subscribers last year. The CEO blames the tech layoffs. Ask any staffing agency. That's just not something that I believe. Their big hopes are going to be on Dash. That's their new AI-powered thing. This is a pure play to see if AI and AI engineers can actually turbocharge a mid-sized tech company's revenues. If I hear that Dash is a winner, if the word on the street is that it's a great new product, great. But if not, and we get more delays on Dash, I'm just going to sit and not buy the stock.
Yeah, I pondered the use case as well. It was sort of the cloud before the cloud, but now we have the cloud and we can work that way. Let's move on to ZipRecruiter, down 22% this year. Job openings are a key factor, but investors are also watching to see whether AI matching, there it is again, and offerings for employers could be catalyst. Lee, you a buyer?
No, and I'll tell you why. Now, granted, if we start getting out of this economic funky environment and we start getting employment churn, ZipRecruiter is probably just going to go up. But if you compare it to some of its rivals like Manpower, which actually has a upskilling strategy to get people, better skilled, or Robert Half, which is not a household name, but a big staffing company. Half of Robert Half's business is in the highly skilled. So, and when you look at stock chart, those other two companies are just killing it. I think ZipRecruiter's problem is that it's not on the highly skilled enough, and it doesn't have a way of really upskilling. It's just a job board.
Yeah, I agree. I always want to extrapolate their comments to some macro observation. I usually find, well, maybe it's competitive. Let's see how Sphere's doing. We'll move on to that one. Sphere Entertainment, up 17% in 2024. Investors are watching for experience demand to see if there's any signs of weakness there. Those high-profile residencies in Vegas continue. We mentioned Fish earlier, but MSG Networks still accounts for 50% of the company's revenue, despite its sexy name change. Lee, what would you do with it?
I just want Sphere on its own. My wife came back from the first U2 concert. I get there Monday, I'm ready to buy. But then I look at it and I realize Madison Square Garden TV, I don't even watch the Knicks or the Rangers. Why is it involved in this company? Secondly, it has declining earnings. It's a streaming story that's going downhill. And so I think Sphere is going to knock it out of the ballpark. The problem is I've got half the revenues going straight down. So I only care about how bad Madison Square Garden Networks is, and if they can stabilize that.
You should see the New York Post. I should have stopped. I gave up on following the Knicks years ago, and now they're on this great run. People are upgrading the stocks because of it. Maybe they'll get bailed out this year.
You know what? If MSG Networks and the Knicks work out, then great. But we just want to make sure that the bleed stops at the network so Sphere can just go print money. I admit it's sort of a one-trick pony, but every once in a while I'll buy one of these stocks. This is that type of thing. And, 1 out of 5 times I make money. So buyer beware, but we all know the Sphere is phenomenal.
It's something special, and it's kind of fun to see it. Would you buy the broader market leap? Quick parting word. What's it doing? It's going to go back up? It's going down? What do you think?
We're going up. We're going to see 5,400 or higher sometime in the next whatever.
All right.
The inflation story, it's delayed, not destroyed.
All right. Lee Munson, thank you, sir. Always a pleasure. Portfolio Wealth Advisors.